On FetConnect, the Gramflamites were throwing various news, different videos, and articles about the oddities of Earth and the unusual habits of its inhabitants to each other. Thus, they even got their own local meme with Jerry, whose facial expression, in their opinion, reflects all of humanity's nature. You need food, but you excrete it from yourself in a couple of hours. Consists mostly of water, yet it drowns. Takes 9 months to be born, but dies after 80 years. And so on. And when in a photo, Jerry really makes it seem funny. But alas, due to the aliens' misunderstanding of human cultural and physiological characteristics, Earthlings found themselves in a bad situation. Literally, their whole world was turned upside down. According to the fine print in a video about 5 life hacks recommended by the Federation for Humans, which one of the Gramflamites shared, all earthly currency was completely annulled, and all now useless metal coins were suggested to be exchanged for rectal exchange candles. Food was also no longer needed. In the Federation's opinion, humans were just wasting Earth's resources, and therefore cooking was completely prohibited. As a result, ordinary stores and markets became black markets, which the planetary media marked as the dark side of Earth. From their point of view, bread is powder for sniffing, which humans process into a loaf of chilling dampness. Sunflower oil is pills processed into powerful cocktails. Zucchinis, cucumbers, and carrots are living sex toys that humans extract from dirt soaked with feces. For the galactic public and tourists from other planets, all of this seemed disgusting, so the Federation shut down the black markets and all active sellers were sent to prison. At the same time, it is worth noting that the invaders are not at all against using Earth's resources for the same purposes. That same article about black markets states that all goats were rescued from the clutches of cruel humans and were very humanely processed into food paste for Nordorvians with special needs. People now feed exclusively on tablets to avoid wasting Earth's resources. Most Earthlings were removed from their usual jobs and forcibly sent to offices for work that the Federation considered sanctioned. Whether you want to work or not, no one will ask. You must. After all, the Federation has done so much for you, literally saving your planet. And as payment, you will receive the tablets necessary for your sustenance. Since earthly currencies were annulled and no one would distribute oblong florks to the lower classes, to which humans were now assigned, this was the only option. The intelligence of the human species was called into question, at least by the fact that religion existed on the planet. The article on Earth's religious belief states that the elevation of a deity may lead to the annulment of the intelligence guarantee and even immediate electro-liquidation in some private cases. Doing household chores is no longer required. Conray, your personal robot assistant, will do everything for you. Acting on your own and trying to do something independently is not worth it. He watches all your actions, including your sleep schedule, as a curfew is introduced in the Federation. Human blood is an outdated relic of the past. Therefore, the Galactic Federation strongly recommends that humans replace it with so-called blood at local centers. And if you accidentally injure yourself publicly, your entire blood supply will be forcibly replaced with blood. Alien media claim that it perfectly replaces any bodily fluids, and people can even choose different blood colors. But considering how insistently the Federation recommends cooperation in this matter, blood is also a very valuable resource for them that can be used for their own purposes. Yes, as you may have already guessed, the Gramflamites conducted various experiments on humans. In another video from FedConnect, an Earthling was forcibly made to eat alien sweets while they observed how it affected them. The outcome of this was extremely tragic. At the end of this video, it was said that in the next episode, people would be forced to eat their pets. In another video, human bodies were folded into cubes so that people would become more compact and find it easier to live. The Society of Crippled Earthlings, of course, did not accept this, but the Federation promised to take care of them and resolve their rights issues, which were violated by evil humans. One of the Gramflamites' victims was Toby, a character from the second season voiced by Alex Hirsch, as you remember. For some reason, they particularly liked Toby, so they kidnapped him from his own bedroom and extracted all his memories, simply to enjoy Toby. The Gramflamites watched moments from his life and shared the most interesting and emotional ones. Whether Toby survived or not is unknown. The ending of this video is ambiguous. Tomorrow he won't even remember it. The Gramflamites also filmed in one of the houses of Mr. Buttface, and interestingly, they were quite puzzled about what kind of creature he actually was. One of them even suggested that he was a human, That is, even aliens who have seen thousands of different species do not know what he is. Judging by intergalactic TV broadcasts in some parallel realities of Rick and Morty, creatures similar to Buttface actually live among humans as one of the subspecies. And this is normal for the universe where the events of episode 4 of the second season took place, for example. And speaking of why Buttface is not a parasite, in the 8th episode of the third season, among the many deleted memories from Morty's memory, you can see a snippet where this little guy proposes to Morty. And the very fact that Rick had to erase this memory from his grandson's mind suggests that their engagement turned into a complete disaster. Which means that a bad memory with Buttface does exist. And if that snippet had not ended up in the Mind Blowers, Morty would surely have known that Buttface is not a parasite. Rick, being aware of this, remembered it until the very end of the series, which is why he didn't kill the little one. When Earth joined the Federation, it attracted the attention of galactic tourists. According to one of the articles on the site, due to the weak gravitational field of this planet and ease of movement, many aliens who arrived on Earth quickly started gaining weight here. Some newcomers even tried to integrate into human society. However, not all species from planets that are part of the Galactic Federation are capable of producing sounds understandable to humans. So they, based on human behavior, identified 5 main gestures. A thumbs up means yes. Okay, in an alien's opinion, is a reminder that humans are full of holes that can be used. If they show the middle finger, they clearly mean they are stuck in their transport and are asking for help getting out. If a human shows 2 fingers, they are saying that 2 little humans are inside them and are asking to be torn apart to be released. And by showing horns, humans are literally allowing aliens to drink their blood. It is left to imagine how many victims this misunderstanding led to. Nevertheless, Earth attracted a huge number of curious tourists. Some visited the most interesting places in New York. Others tried to catch as many human diseases as possible. Someone took these cute little rats as pets, mistaking them for widely discussed creatures. Some searched for ways to enter relationships with humans. A giant Clark Ann named Clickmidges Preed even managed to obtain the position of CEO in one of the surviving human organizations, and he launched several quite successful advertising campaigns. For example, Federation micro lasers that allow ads to be played directly in people's eyes instead of on TVs and stupid billboards. But his best work was the campaign to sell apples on an intergalactic level. After all, in the post-credits scene of the 8th episode of the third season, among Jerry's mind blowers, you can also notice ones labeled Sleepy Gary and Apple Campaign. Rick erased Jerry's memories of Sleepy Gary and that very failed Want Apples campaign from the 4th episode of the first season. Earth was also visited by an alien race called the Pizzaricians, who once fought against the Tralflorkins, as I already told you in the previous video explaining everything about Rick and Morty. Visually, they look very similar to pizza, which is why they were outraged by the fact that humans eat something resembling baby pizzaricians on Earth. Moreover, absolutely every element of eating pizza is associated for them with the greatest genocide of the pizzaricians, who were exterminated for thousands of years. The so-called red pepper looks exactly like an ancient torture device. The pizza cutter is the same as the one used by the Tralflorkians when they sliced up pizzaricians, and humans seemingly shoved their brethren into their mouths, tearing their flesh apart with the grinding of teeth. Instead of pizza, humans were offered to eat something called hua-eek, a dish consisting of batteries, dirty diapers, ants, and turtle shells. In short, yet another reason that led to humans being transitioned to tablet-based nutrition. One of the videos discussed by the Gramflomites debunks myths and reveals the true facts about Earth to the Federation's inhabitants.